Streets and Scholars. Alex Alonso here to bring you guys another banger. And I'm here standing with Jermaine Williams, the twin brother of the guy that's been going viral since January of 2024. This guy's been going viral, and we're here to talk a little bit about himself, Jermaine, and his brother Termaine. His brother's Termaine, aka Luce Cannon, who happens to have the same name of a guy that I actually grew up with. I know the real Luce Cannon personally, Jermaine. Mm-hmm. So, this is a little bit personal for me as well, because the real Luce Cannon has been calling me every day saying, what's going on? And here I am sitting with his brother, man. How you doing?
I'm good.
All right, just tell me a little bit about, your background. Where'd you guys grow up, and what do you guys do?
We grew up in Los Angeles, California, Crenshaw, Slauson area. I do reality TV. He started doing reality TV. He started producing his reality TV show recently. So I've been in reality TV for a couple of years. He was in the music side of the industry, known as Luce Cannon. The thing about his name, Luce Cannon, he never got it from the internet. We grew up watching wrestling, right? So his favorite wrestler was Luce Cannon, Brian Pillman. And that's where he named himself Luce Cannon. So I think that when he found out, the accolades of the other Luce Cannon, that's when, he threw those accolades on himself.
Okay. Now, I'm aware of the wrestler Luce Cannon that you're talking about. Mm-hmm. That Luce Cannon spells loose, Loose.
Yeah.
Now, the Luce Cannon that I grew up with, he spells it Luce. Mm-hmm. And it just so happens that your brother Termaine is spelling Luce Cannon
the same
way as my boy been spelling it since, 30 years or plus.
Yeah, because when he, probably Googled Luce Cannon, he's seen the accolades of your homeboy Luce Cannon. So he put those same accolades on himself. That's why he probably because he was going by Luce Cannon before, since we was younger. But like you said, it was Loose.
Okay, well, when you guys were younger, you guys are younger than the Luce Cannon that I know. He's in his 50s.
Yeah.
You guys are in your early 40s, if I got that correct.
41.
You guys will be 42 this year,
yeah.
Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Now, you said you guys grew up in L.A.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to one of your sisters, and she said that you guys spent a lot of time out in Fontana and another city.
We moved to Fontana in our 12th grade year, like I said.
12th grade?
Yeah, 12th grade. Yeah.
Okay.
So we moved out. We got kicked out of LA County. We was doing a lot of reckless stuff, fighting, doing all type of stuff in LA. They kicked us out. My mom was in a good position where she was able to move us out of the hood, which I say it was a blessing in disguise, because we was able to graduate, went to college. I brought the stuff that I learned from college back to the hood. And taught them, how to open up businesses, start their LLCs. I do a lot of stuff with the homies that I grew up with. It's not like we was, out the hood and we never went back to the hood. We was just fortunate to be out the hood and be able to graduate and learn different things. So I took my knowledge that I learned from not being in the hood and staying in trouble, and took it back to the hood. So I have friends that I grew up with that we do businesses with. We start businesses. They help me. I help them out with their businesses. I do their accounting work. I do all that.
All right, well, let's go back to, you said you guys, so did you guys both go to school together all your years?
No, we were so bad, they kept us separated. They kept us, I'll go to one junior high, he'll go to one junior high, I'll go to one high school, I'll go to another high school. The only time we got that opportunity is when we moved to Fontana and we went to school, our last year of high school, and we graduated, went to college, did everything we were supposed to do.
So you did high school in Fontana?
Yeah.
Okay.
Our 12th grade year.
Just the 12th grade year?
Just the 12th grade year.
Did any high school in Los Angeles?
Yeah.
Which
We went to Hawthorne High. We went to Crenshaw High. We went to schools.
okay? What about middle schools? What middle schools did you go to?
HIS. I went to Horseman. Like we went to, I mean, different couple of. I went to a junior high in Gardena. What was that school called? But I went to a school in Gardena. He went to a school in. I think it was.
So you guys didn't go to middle school together?
No, they wouldn't let us. Like in elementary, we would fight every day. Like we would fight. By the time we got to the 6th grade, they was we did some stuff in school. We brought some things to the school. Got us expelled, and then ever since then they was like, y'all can't be in the same school because y'all causing too much stuff. Oh yeah, we did go to 9th grade Hawthorne High together, and then after that, they kept us separated.
Now, the timeline that your sister gives is that you guys were out of LA at a younger age than the 12th grade. How come your timeline and your sister's timeline aren't matching up?
My sister said a lot of things out of hurt. You know, she was mad because of the situation that my brother put her in. So she was like, she was doing a lot of discrediting because of, she was trying to stay away from all that. She was trying to, you know, don't come after my family. Don't come after me. I'm doing whatever I could do to try to make the situation look bad. I'm not here to, I don't care about no reputation. Everybody knows where me and my brother stand and where we grew up at and where we from. All that stuff. That stuff don't matter to me. What matters to me now, I got kids. They go to D1 colleges. My son, Jordan Williams, is one of the top tight ends in the nation. You know, he goes to Colorado State. So I'm not worried about no reputation. I'm worried about making millions and providing for my family.
Okay. Now, you mentioned going to college. You and your brother both went to college?
Yeah, we both went to college.
Which college did you guys attend?
First, I went to Mount Sac, and then I transferred to Cal State Fullerton and graduated there. Got my BS in accounting. You know, he went to Mount Sac and he then transferred to Cal State San Bernardino, and he got his degree.
Okay, so Mount Sac is San Antonio College. Is that out in
the IE?
The IE, yeah. And then San Bernardino is also in the IE.
Yeah.
Okay, and talk a little bit about these reality shows before we get into your brother more. You said you started working on reality shows first, and then he followed you into that.
Okay, but he was in the music side of the industry, but he had like connections with reality TV. He had, you know, certain people in position, and you know, I got into that. So I started doing it before him, a little bit before him. I got a series, 2 series called that went viral. Hip Hop All Stars of Los Angeles. I have all the young rappers of Los Angeles that all went viral on my shows. Then I got Baddies of the Wild Wild West, where I have beautiful, talented women that was on the show. They showed their skills. By the end of the show, it was they came together. They did a real big club. I mean, not a club scene, but a beach scene at the Mandalay Bay with Waka Flocka and Fat Boy SC, and it just showed unity. You know, it showed at the end of the show, the series, it showed that they all put their differences aside and came together for the greater good, and it's a real dope show.
Now, I have never heard of these 2 shows, Hip Hop All Stars and Baddies of the Wild West. Where can one watch these shows?
You can watch them on all your platforms. I mean, you can watch them on Tubi, YouTube, videos, XMO, just all the major platforms that's out there. I put them on all that. Shout out to WeTV. you know, that helped me start with my platform and all that stuff.
Okay. And
Royal KTV also, shout out to them too.
and your brother is also now doing a reality show.
He's doing a reality show where what's her name? Mills, Christine Mills.
Charisse?
Charisse Mills, yeah, Charisse Mills.
You forgot the name of, quote unquote, the wife of your brother. Are you? Do you actually know her?
Nah, I mean, you know, I know of her. I don't really know her like that. You know, I don't really mess with that.
Okay,
situation.
I said quotes because the information out there suggests that they don't have a legitimate marriage. It's not. I'm gonna get into that later with you, but go ahead and finish what you were saying about him getting into the reality TV shows.
He got into the reality TV show. He started producing his reality TV show with her. So we'll see how that turn out.
Okay, are you helping in any kind of way?
No, I don't deal with that situation.
Okay, now back to when you guys were growing up. Your brother gave an interview once where he explained to the interviewer that he had grew up in A-Trade Gangster Crip neighborhood.
69th and Raymond.
69th and Raymond. Okay,
Yeah.
Talk about how you guys grew up in ETG hood, but are affiliated with the 6-0s.
My dad is from 60, so at the end of the day, we stayed on 69th and Raymond. We went to Raymond Avenue. So, you know, that's A-Trade Gangsters hood. Like, when we walked to school, they used to try to, like, hey, look, we know who your daddy is, whoop-de-whoop, like, but we want to put y'all on the hood, like, all that. But, you know, we fought the kids growing up and all that. So, like I said, we fought almost every day because we grew up in that area where we had to. We knew where my dad was from. My dad used to come over to the house and, you know, he took us around the hood. So that's how we were just accustomed to it. We just was, you know, they showed my dad so much love in the hood. So that's where we grew up at, you know. Even though we stayed on 69th and Raymond, we still went to the hood all the time. So.
Okay. So when did you start hanging out with the 60s? How old were you, and who was the first one to do it? Was it you or your brother or both of you guys?
Both of us. We like I said, my dad used to take us there. Like he used to think that was like you know, take us to hang out with, you know, the older people, they kids. We fight with they kids. We did all that. They used to put us together and just, you know, oh, my son could beat your son up or like that. We was having Thunderdomes at 5 and 6 years old, 7 years old, just fighting the kids. Grew up. That's just, I don't know. I wouldn't do it, you know, with my kids because that's why I raised my kids in a different area because I didn't want them to grow up like we grew up. We didn't know. We was young, and he was just, you know, he was him.
Okay, so you guys were, how heavy would you say you affiliated with the 60s?
How heavy?
Yeah.
Oh, we affiliated.
Yeah.
Now and back then.
Or at any point, was it just a brief affiliation?
No.
Was it a full membership? How would you describe it?
We full-fledged, period. We go there. I still go there. We go there all the time. I mean, I hang with the homies that I grew up with since I've been little kids, you know. I'm not going to discredit him from not being from 60s, but his relationship with the 60s, with the hood right now is it's not good. It's not like he could just go back there and it's not going to be no issues because of all the stuff that he created by himself. Me and him is two totally different people. You know, I could go to the hood, everybody respect me. I don't have no smut on my name, everything. My background is clean. With him, with all the bullshit that's going on right now, nah, he's going to have some issues. He got to deal with that issues.
Now, has some of the things that he's done that has given him a bad name in the hood, has some people try to take it out on you?
No, they know we're separate. They know. They been knowing, like since we've been little, since we've been younger, young of age. Like, oh yeah, he's the one that'll go off the rail. They already know that. Everybody knows that. So I mean, you know, everybody that really knows us, they be like, yeah, Jay, you know, he straight. He don't have no smut on his name. He just do what he do. Like I said, I took my knowledge back to the hood, you know, and I show people how to create businesses, LLCs, and I do work. Like my aunt called me like, hey, what about this? And I tell them, I teach my homeboys whatever they need that they don't know about, you know, and they feel like I know about it or I can help create a business and help make some money. They call me.
Now, when you say you talking about Big U.
Yeah, Big U.
And, you know, Big U is very upset about what's going on, specifically more with your brother rather than you.
Of course.
But he does want you to come
forward.
Forward.
Yeah.
I mean, more than what you've been coming.
It's, they have, okay, like I said, everybody knows my situation. Like, that's my for real, you know. I don't like I don't pick sides or whatever. I just tell the truth about the situation. You know, I know that, you know, they used to run heavy together, do like kick it every day, like on types of stuff. They had a good relationship, and then I guess they had a little falling out. But all the shit that's been said about my aunt, you know, I spoke up about it, put it on my Instagram. All that shit is not true. All that people want to believe in a conspiracy. They want to believe something, you know, something to discredit somebody. Everybody wants to, like, you know, they say all type of shit, you know.
Now you're talking about the phone call that we haven't even got up to that part yet.
Yeah.
So we'll get to that. But back to the reality TV show stuff. Are you able to say whether or not your brother is really married to Charisse Mills? Can you actually tell the people?
I haven't seen no marriage certificate. I didn't go to the wedding. I don't have I haven't seen no wedding pictures or nothing like that.
Well, they do got wedding pictures because I believe they shot a wedding probably for the reality show.
Okay,
but
you know more than I do because I don't follow them.
Well, you don't follow your brother on Instagram?
No.
Why not?
We have differences, that personal reasons why I don't deal with him and his so-called wife.
Okay. And I know that Spider asked you a very sensitive question about that last night. I might stay away from that because I heard some stuff too that she was involved, but you were never invited to a wedding.
No, never.
But as a brother, you would have been. You should have been invited, right?
Yeah, I mean, I should have if I respected that situation. I don't respect that situation.
Okay. And from what I understand, I had Gigi. She was sitting right in the same chair you're sitting in right now, and she presented all kind of paperwork, all kind of receipts that shows that her divorce is not even final yet.
Yeah.
So she can't. Your brother can't possibly. Well, you can actually. You can go marry as many people as you want.
Yeah.
But if he did marry Charisse Mills, it's an illegal marriage. If they did. Mm-hmm. So what do you think was going on between him and that woman?
Like you said, if he did and he didn't handle his business with Jasmine, then at the end of the day, it's illegal. So, I mean, I can't sit there and say that he did. Like I said, I didn't see no marriage at all. I don't know. I didn't see no marriage certificate. I mean, like you said, it could just been all for fake for the reality TV.
Yeah, who knows? But you know, having Gigi here and talking to Gigi multiple times. She's a very sane woman.
Of course.
She's more normal than your brother and his girlfriend combined.
Did you see you see the shit that they got going on, the interviews and shit. This shit sounds stupid. It sounds ignorant. It sounds like two people that's fighting mental illness. You know, I feel bad about the situation. They're pretending to be something that they're not and saying all type of stuff just, you know, chasing fame. Yeah.
In fact, I have a clip here when your brother and Charisse Mills went on the Tasha K. Can we play clip 1 from the Tasha K show?
Show for Zeus, the real side chick. So I figured with the sideline, with you,
side chicks is not even on Zeus.
Okay, all right. You know what? I do have her certificate here.
You know it's
The
penciled
state
in,
of
right?
Nevada.
You know it's penciled in, right?
Marriage certificate.
Wait, you know it's penciled in, right?
Do you see?
Do you see it's written in, right?
The certificates are not like that. She is.
You
really
want to stop that?
She is really.
You want to stop that right now?
But it has a stamp. It says you guys were certified.
Do you see it's penciled in?
Okay, so it says you guys were married July 17, 2020. It is written in.
They cannot
Okay.
write it in. It don't go so.
There's a United States seal of America. How she get all these? And then how she get the fee? There's a fee. 7/20/2020. She got a copy and a receipt by Lynn Marie Goya, Clark County clerk, state of Nevada, marriage certificate.
Child.
And it's written in.
You ain't gonna go to jail, are you?
How we gonna go to jail? They would have been arrested by now. Let's talk about her running away from the police because she got an arrest warrant for her actions for breaking into our home. Okay,
So this is
that's
what
why she fled to Texas. So let's keep that a buck.
Okay.
I didn't meet him filming a show. Let's
Okay.
clear the air. I met him way before we started filming that other show that's not coming out for us, right? This girl was stalking me from the moment we were together. I don't know how she hacked into his iCloud.
Okay.
She's really crafty. She hacked into his iCloud, emailed my mama, emailed my family. Well, thank you. We gonna need
I'm
this.
sorry, like we had to get right into it.
Tasha, Google Black China
Okay.
and Luce Cannon and watch what pops up.
You gonna see the same
Google it right now.
thing.
Okay. So basically, she reached out to Black China too.
Same
She did the
thing.
same
to do the same
exact
thing. I
All right,
will do
that's enough
my
of the clip.
research. That's what I do. But I had to ask because
They're really trying to smut Gigi, and having Gigi here, talking to Gigi multiple times, reading all the documents that Gigi gave me. I've come to the conclusion that everything that Gigi says is 100% accurate, and what they're saying, especially Charisse Mills, are nothing but lies.
Of course. I mean, it doesn't make sense. You could tell he gave it up when he said Google Black China and Luce Cannon. Because if that same thing happened with Black China and Luce Cannon, that means Gigi was in that picture that whole time. So Charisse came after all this. So that should let you know that Charisse don't know what she's talking about. She wasn't in the picture. Gigi and Jasmine, aka Gigi, was in the picture the whole time. I know.
Okay, and Gigi is your sister-in-law.
Of course.
Still your sister-in-law because
course.
they're legally married.
Of course.
What's your whole overall opinion of Gigi?
Gigi does what she does, do a great job raising my niece. A great job. At the end of the day, she's my family, and I'm proud of her because she doesn't have the support from him like they thought they was gonna have when they created that baby. Beautiful baby. My beautiful niece.
You're talking about Legacy.
I named Legacy.
How'd that come about?
They was coming up with names, and I was me and my ex at the time, we came up with Legacy, and we told him we think you should guys name the baby Legacy, and then we didn't know that they was gonna name the baby Legacy until we went to the baby shower, and then they had Legacy on Legacy decorations and all that stuff, so that was pretty cool.
Okay, so there's another clip on the Tasha K show where they are demanding that Gigi prove that Legacy is your brother's daughter, but Gigi produced documents from the hospital that they did in vitro, which means that the child Legacy was conceived not through sexual intercourse, but through a medical procedure that only your brother could have provided the semen to create Legacy. Why in the heck is Charisse Mills and your brother now saying, "Oh, we need to do a DNA test to make sure that Legacy is really the daughter of Termaine"?
is it your daughter? Do you have a daughter with her?
I asked her to
Alleged.
do a paternity test for a whole year.
Okay.
Okay, so let me break it down. Go in depth with it, right?
Before we get into the Shawnee,
Yeah, of course.
the Shawnee wine,
Listen, so
Shawnee O'Neal.
okay, so listen. So basically,
Okay.
it's like this. So I met her. It was like, having fun moments, right? Then I sent her back to the streets. Once I sent her back to the streets, she came back pregnant. When she came back pregnant, she was like, "Oh, I'm 3 months pregnant." So when she ended up delivering the baby, she was like, "Oh, I'm delivering the baby at 6 months," because she has seizures and stuff, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. So we go to the first week doctor's appointment, right? And doctor was like, yeah, you went over, you was 41 weeks. I'm like, bitch, you 41 weeks? You told me you had the baby early. So the math wasn't adding up. And I'm like, bitch, you was big as fuck to be only 6 months. And then she was like, no, I just blow it big and stuff like that. Then I started finding out she was at the crazy house and all this stuff. And I gave her a life that she wanted. But
So you took care of her and the baby.
yes, at first.
While she was pregnant.
While she was-
first.
Okay.
While she was
he
pregnant.
thought it was his.
But I wasn't with her. I was with Black China.
At the time she was pregnant. He just did things to keep her at ease while she was pregnant.
Because I was living with Black China and she was staying at my house. So I let her stay at my house because she was pregnant. And she was pregnant supposedly with my child. But I've been asking her like for every other day. Then it went once a week, then twice a week. And then it's no results. She don't want to get a paternity test. She did.
I don't get that. I mean, Charisse wasn't around. Like I said, she wasn't in the picture. I know for a fact because I was going to do in vitro with my ex. At the time, we was gonna have kids at the same time. She wanted a boy, and they just wanted a girl because he had all boys, and then I had my ex had all girls. So we was gonna do it all at the same time, but we decided not to do it. We ended up getting pregnant and having twin girls, So we decided not to do it. But we was going to both do the procedure at the same time.
So you're talking about you and your girl was going to have a child at the same time that Gigi and Termaine was having Legacy. Mm-hmm. Okay. So you believe Legacy is your niece 100%, right?
100%. I'm not gonna never deny my blood for nothing. Like, that's my blood. She got my blood running through her veins. That's my niece.
I mean, do you ever call your brother and say, "Hey, this is you're crossing the lines when you're going to this area about family and DNA and I don't know if it's mine"? Have you ever had that conversation with him?
It's I don't really need to have that conversation with him because it's so far-fetched. He's been saying outlandish shit for a while. So at the end of the day, me saying it now it's not doing anything. Like I said, they have, both of them, they have a mental illness, and people need to be aware. Mental illness is very serious, and people need to take that very serious. It don't matter what they look like. It don't matter how they, put on a smile, fake smile. Because if you going to bed with somebody, knowing goodness well, y'all just hopped on a plane, got on a podcast, and y'all both just blatantly just lying, and then y'all go sleep with each other. How could you sleep with somebody that's like, damn, we just sat up here and just like, there's no integrity for nothing that they've been doing. Like, that shit is crazy.
And what's the name of your brother's brand?
Yeah, it's IBM. That shit, you can't.
What is it? Integrity before money, right?
Yeah, before money.
Integrity before money.
Mm-hmm. But she can't even copyright IBM. That shit has already been copyrighted. So, from IBM, what was that? IBM computers back in the day.
International Business Machines.
Yeah. So that shit is just stupid for you. It's a lot of copyright infringement going around this motherfucker.
Now, you said your brother's been saying outlandish things for years, which I agree, because I've been dealing with your brother through my friend Luce Cannon since like 2000, maybe 9 or 8.
Mm-hmm.
But he's never. I don't believe he's ever went this far with the outlandish things he's saying. He's really saying probably some of the most extreme things that he's ever said before.
Mm-hmm.
Would you agree?
Yeah, you got to understand, he's past his prime when it comes down to the music industry. And this is his last chance, his last hoorah. You know, he sees what other people is doing it. You got to understand, Cat Williams just did it, a couple of weeks before that. So he gets on No Jumper and feels like, shit, I'm about to do my best impersonation of Cat Williams and say the most, outlandish shit to get me, viral. I mean, and to a point, it worked.
Yeah, but when Cat Williams said that Cedric the Entertainer stole his joke,
No, he was
we
telling
can
the
go
truth.
back and see that he performed the joke in 98 and Cedric is doing the joke in 2000. And most of what Cat Williams says
It's true.
can be supported.
Yeah.
Maybe not 100%, but most of it is true.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure my brother didn't look at it like that. He didn't look at it like, oh, Cat Williams telling the truth. He just looked at it as Cat Williams is on the show and he just saying the most outlandish shit. But it was true. But he said it. My brother didn't take it as it was true. He just took it as, oh, he's saying this and he's getting all this recognition. Let me go do it.
Now, he did say some crazy stuff on No Jumper. Can we get the No Jumper clip? Because this is really the interview that made him go viral.
Yeah.
And since he's done this interview, he's
been doing a
probably
lot.
done, I don't know, 3 or 4 more.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gonna take a while, I think, before these different platforms figure out that your brother's lying. But
It shouldn't take that long. Because at the end of the day, you could do your research. You did your research.
well, yeah, because I already knew the real Luce Cannon from the jump, so it was already instant.
Not even about the Luce Cannon. I mean the Luce Cannon. Even if you took that away, because like I said, his name was Luce Cannon back in. But if you take that away, and you just do what Gigi, the marriages, and everything else, you put all that together, you can just see the shit she says. I mean, they said some crazy shit on here. Like,
Yeah,
it makes no sense.
let's play this clip.
He FaceTimed me. So he FaceTimed me and stuff like that. He was like, Nipsey just got killed. I'm like, sick, so I didn't hear that. So I hang up with him. I called Nipsey and I'm like, Nipsey, what's up? He was like, oh, what's up with it?
Nipsey answered.
Nipsey answered. He answered the phone. And I was like, I love you, cuz, or whatever like that.
Did you tell him the call you just got, or you didn't even mention it?
I didn't mention it. And that's what fucked me up, because my cousin is Nipsey baby mama. You get what I'm saying? So it was like, I could have probably stopped it, or it had it.
Stop what? Fuck you mean? That fuck you talking about?
No, because listen. So after I talked to Nipsey and I was like, yeah, I love you, cuz, or whatever like that. I'll see you later or whatever. So I hung up the phone. I thought Big U gave wrong information. 30 minutes later, the homies blowing me up like they just killed Nipsey. And so I'm like,
Wait. You get a call from Big U telling you Nipsey just got killed.
yeah.
You panic, called Nip. Nip answered the phone.
Yeah, and
You
we
like,
were just
okay.
talking on regular. So
Regular.
it's like at the end of the day, I didn't even think about it because
You don't even warn him that you got that call from dude.
No, because their relationship was so fucked up. It'd be like they be hot one minute, then they be cold the next minute, and then they be lukewarm. Like you
And
just
30
never knew.
minutes after you get out the phone with Nip, he get killed.
Yeah, I got it.
So
all
you
on
think
the
he hit
TV
you
show.
a little too early?
Yep, he hit me a little bit too early because
All right.
the homie Shitty.
So that was a clip where he's basically saying that Big U is somehow had inside information Nipsey Hussle getting killed. Man, I know you heard about this clip. This is the most probably salacious part of the whole No Jumper interview. What was your reaction when you first heard about that?
My reaction now, I just laughed at the shit. The shit is hilarious. Anybody that sit up there and think that could possibly be true, he wasn't investigated. First of all,
Wait. You know, there's a lot of people that already believe that Big U was a part of it
know.
from 2019.
it's conspiracy. That's why he played on that situation.
Yeah, but
that's the reason why he said Big U, to get recognition on the internet. Oh, it's just a conspiracy. It's like they like, oh shit, I wanted to believe it was Big U. Now this is confirmation saying that it's Big U. It's outlandish.
Okay, how do you think Big U feels right now?
Big U feels he's upset about it.
Of course.
But he knows that this shit is just like the dumbest shit in a row. For somebody that he's trying to tarnish Big U name, but at the end of the day, it's only everybody looking at the situation and they're going to catch on and be like, it's only gonna blackball my brother and Charisse to the full extent.
That's gonna take time before they get blackballed. Let's say, for example, somebody wants to hire Big U or, you know, for production on something, and they're part of that camp that may have believed he has something to do with it. They watch this, they're going to say, we're going to pass on you, Big U, because no one wants to deal with someone that was possibly implicated in a murder. And there's a bunch of blogs now that are saying, we told you so. We knew he had something to do with it.
Yeah, and those are the bloggers he needs to stay away from anyway, because they'd be smiling in his face and stabbing him in his back anyway. Anybody to believe that high profile case that they didn't have phone records, they didn't have anything, and then by him saying it right now, they would have been knocking at his door right now trying to get that phone record if it was true. You can say all the outlandish shit you want. You know, and the FBI, CIA, all of them, they know the difference. They know what's true and what's not true.
Yeah, they know.
They know. So they just like.
I mean,
whatever.
I know for a fact the detective knows, because
of
Detective Cedric Washington, who I know personally because I covered the trial of Baby Shitty, Eric Holder, and I got a chance to talk to Cedric Washington throughout the trial. And they've investigated everybody.
Everything. Yes.
You know, they've looked at all the phone records. They've talked to everybody. So, and they figured out who did it.
Yeah, they know it was outlandish. It was not no hit with the hood. No, none of that. It was.
Did you know Baby Shitty?
No, I didn't really know him like that.
Okay. Now, do you remember where you were at on March 31st, 2019, when you first heard that Nip got shot?
Yeah, I was at my house. You know, I heard about it like right real time, and then I called my brother about it, like, hey, check this out, this is what was, you know, said. And, you know, Gigi was right there, and she could vouch for everything I'm saying. They was laying in bed.
So you called Gigi up after you heard that?
No,
Nip got shot.
I called my brother. Him and Gigi, they was together.
Okay.
You know, so they was laying in bed when I told them what happened.
Okay. And were they living in Corona at the time?
Yeah, they was living in Corona.
All right. Now I remember I was flying a drone over a mural in North Hollywood. It was about 320, 325 when I first started getting phone calls. Nip got shot. At that, when I first heard, it was just he got shot, but he might, you know, they would rush him to the hospital. But later we find out that he probably died in that parking lot.
Right there, yeah.
So you found out about Nip getting shot before your brother did?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, I did.
And then you called him up and told him?
Yeah. See, what I'm getting, because I talked to my cousin. My cousin has what she said? She said she talked to her baby daddy, Nip, 30 minutes before he got shot.
You talking about China?
China.
Okay.
She has that. She said it was on a podcast or interview, so you should be able to look that up. And I guess that's where my brother got that story from.
Okay. And I also know that your brother didn't even have Nipsey's phone number at that time. Now, they may have done a song together back in 2011, I think that was.
Yeah.
Which would have been
Bringing California Back, yeah.
Bringing California Back, which was like 8 years before. But in 2019, according to Gigi, and then according to Spider, they weren't even in communications with each other. Do you know of any sort of connection between your brother and Nipsey in 2019?
No, I mean, the thing is, it was an issue in the hood. So people had to pick sides on if they was going to go on one side or the other side. He chose the other side. So they didn't have no communication like that because of the side that he chose.
and he chose. I think this is all public. Everyone's talked about it. You talking about when Nip and Big U got into it in 2011 over there at the parking lot.
It was hood business.
Yeah, but I mean, it's hood business, but everybody already done covered it. And at that time, your brother was cool with Big U. Mm-hmm. And that means that he wasn't communicating with Nipsey at that time.
Of course not.
Okay. And then if you go to Spider's story, Spider said that you guys pulled up on him actually a couple years before Nipsey got shot over there at that was the black box that you guys pulled up in. Mm-hmm. And then he said that he kept the communication with your brother, and then one day your brother's asking Spider if he can get him linked up with Nip. Mm-hmm. In 2019, he's asking Spider, can you get me in touch with Nip? Mm-hmm. So it's fair to say he didn't even have any communications or any way to talk to Nipsey at that time.
Yeah.
Is that a fair assessment? Is that accurate? How would you describe it?
From my side, because I handled all the business when it came down to the artists and all that stuff when I was doing his music. So from my knowledge, he didn't have his number. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so. My knowledge, I don't think he had his number.
Okay. Now, that statement in that No Jumper interview kind of reignited all the conspiracy theorists, gave them energy to now kind of say maybe Shitty didn't do it alone.
Yeah, I understand it, but everybody wants to believe in conspiracy theory. Like I said, that shit was investigated it was a big profile case. And if he's the only one that went down, he's the only one that did it. Period. Because at the end of the day, everybody investigated that crime.
All right, so I want to go to your brother's multiple marriages. These are women that were all your sister-in-laws at one point in time. The first one is Kenya. Do you know Kenya? Can you tell me about Kenya? They have 2 sons together, from what I understand. That would be your nephews.
My nephew Justin and Jaden. Yeah. He has a 21 and 22-year-old.
And the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because on the Tasha K interview, mm-hmm. your brother said that Charisse Mills is his first and only marriage he's ever had. Mm-hmm. Basically denying his previous wives and the children of his previous wives.
I put it on her, right? Mm-hmm. She was having a heart attack.
You were having a heart attack.
I really was, though. I'm not even going to lie.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to lie. But
look, Tasha's
don't get it twisted, though. He got some good shit, too, though.
Of course.
That's why he married me within less than a year.
Okay. First marriage?
Only marriage.
Only marriage.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
we have to get that out.
Okay.
Like, the bitch is really crazy. But that's why I said, now, when these side hoes, mm-hmm. I only can give them a tip. I can't go full thing or halfway.
Well, you married now, so I don't know what you're talking about. They ain't no now, later, nothing.
Shit.
Yeah.
Can we?
I mean, my nephews, like I said, my nephews and my niece, I'm not gonna never deny them. They love me. They love me. I call them anytime. They gonna call me. We gonna hang out. We gonna do everything. Like, I always been there in their life when he wasn't in their life. Period. So I'm not gonna never deny them. And it is what it is. Like I said, I got kids. I was a single father. I raised my kids by myself. For a period of time. Until I met. My ex. We had 5 beautiful girls together, and I'm still there. They at the house waiting on me now. I love my kids. I love, my niece and my nieces. I got nieces and nephews. So yeah, I love them all.
So what kind of relationship did you have with Kenya? This was
my sis.
Okay.
Everybody. Look, I stay in contact with all of them. I'm not gonna never, if my brother is not fucking with his kid, that's not me. I'm gonna fuck with him because that's my bloodline. Especially we're twins, and at the end of the day, for us being twins, those are like my kids. So if he do or he don't, I'ma still do. No matter what.
And those are his first two kids with Kenya are now young adults.
Yeah,
I think they're 22 and 23.
22 and 21.
Okay. And that was a marriage. They were together for a few years, got married in 2004, and then got divorced the following year. Do you know what happened in that marriage?
They was young. You know, shit happens when they young. And I say they grew apart. You know, they grew apart real fast. They just grew apart. They was young. So I don't fault neither one of them in that situation. It just wasn't meant to be. They just got together and they didn't know what they wanted at that time.
Okay. Are you familiar with a woman named Michelle Joyner?
No.
Okay. We'll skip Michelle Joyner. But I know you know Nikki, Carnika Robinson, a.k.a. Nikki.
Yeah.
Because they were married for almost 10 years.
That's my sis.
What kind of relationship did you have with her?
A good relationship. We talk to this day. Like, that's my sister. You know, I bond with all of them. He got my kids. I mean, she got my nephews. Those are my kids too. You know, at the end of the day, I talk to them, FaceTime them, Christmas gifts, PS5s, clothes, all that stuff. Whatever my kids have, they have.
You sending them gifts?
Man, come on, man.
Your nieces and nephews are getting gifts from you?
Man, come on, man.
Okay. Well, we're gonna fact check
Man,
you.
fact check it, man.
All right.
I'll call them now.
Now Nikki has two biological children with your brother, but your brother also took on her youngest when they met. She had a young child that right now. Do you know what's going on with that young child now?
Yeah.
What can you tell us?
He needs, a kidney. So he's fighting. He's on dialysis, and he's been going through that since he's been a baby.
And this is a person that looks at your brother as his father.
Of course.
And he hasn't been around for him at all. And this kid could possibly is serious illness, we'll say. Serious illness. And we hope all the best for that child's recovery. But it's pretty serious from what Nikki's told me.
But you got to look at it, his track record. If you could abandon your blood kids, you could abandon any kid. Because at the end of the day, it don't have his blood going through him. But at the end of the day, if you could abandon the ones that have your blood, it don't matter about no other kid.
Okay. Now, that's a relationship that lasted till 2019. They ended up getting divorced. Do you know why that marriage ended?
I mean, that's his person. He moved on. He moved on. He felt like that wasn't, I can't sit there and I'm not going to sit there and tell another man what he's going to do. If he don't want to be in that relationship, he don't want to be in that relationship. But what you have in that relationship, as far as like kids and stuff like that, you have to take that on the chin. You gotta take care of your responsibility.
Okay. And then after Nikki, he hooked up with Gigi, and he was dating Gigi when he was still married to Nikki. And from what I understand, Nikki and Gigi were going at it, but they're friends now.
Yeah, they're friends now.
They're friends now, but you can understand how it was. He created a very negative situation because she's still married. Nikki's still married to your brother, and now he's dating Gigi. Gigi don't know anything about Nikki, and I guess he's juggling these two wives.
Man, a lot of men do shit like that. So I mean, I can't say a lot, but I know a lot of people that be jumping into one relationship and jumping out of one and into another one. So, I said,
I agree that there's a lot of men that do that, but it's a little different here because we're talking about being married, having children with your wife, and then all of a sudden moving on to another woman to make that person your wife and abandoning another family.
So at the end of the day, you got to look at it like this. If you see that when you with that man, if you see that when that man is quoting you, right, that shit gave you some red flags.
Definitely.
It gave you some red flags. So you can't just put the blame on just him, right? Because you knew what you was getting yourself into when the shit was going on. You wasn't blind to the fact the whole time. So when you found out, you should have did what you was supposed to do, move on. But you stayed. So I can't sit up there and blame him so hardly for the shit that, happened. They both knew what was going on at one point in time.
Yeah, I mean, I asked Gigi that question. Were there some red flags and getting a call from Nikki, finding out he's still married. But I think he's good at what he does. Your brother, he's very good and smooth. If you tell the next girl, look, I'm divorcing her. Mm-hmm. Here's the documents. It's over. Mm-hmm. I'm with you. You're having a baby by me. I mean, that most women are gonna think, okay, this guy's serious about me.
Okay, I mean, at the end of the day, there's been situations where Gigi found out about Kenya, shit like that. I can't, everybody is responsible for their actions. So she got with my brother knowing certain things, and red flags popped up, and they still continue. So I just that's my brother. He do his own thing. So the way he moves different. I don't move like that, but he do.
Okay. Now, so when he marries Gigi, they have a child. So I think I counted 5 children with the 3 previous wives, mm-hmm. counting the one he adopted.
6. No. That would be 6 if you counted.
It'd be 6 children. Yeah, it'd be 6 children. How many children do you have?
9.
9?
Yeah.
How many?
I take care of all mine.
All 9 of them?
All mine stay with me.
Okay. How many different mothers do you have with those 9 kids?
2.
2. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not too bad.
No.
9 with 2. That means, so you've been in 2 long relationships.
Yeah.
All right. So when you see your brother jumping from woman to woman to woman, do you ever try to give him some brotherly advice, or you just stay out of it?
I mean, like I said, I let people do them. I'm not going. I can't tell you how to live your life. You do what you. All he could do is just see how I bond with my kids. I'm there with my kids 24 hours a day when I'm not. When I'm not at work. But I'm there. I'm taking them to their basketball games, football games, teaching them how to play basketball, teaching them how to play football. That's why they all got scholarships, kept them in private school, all that. They went to St. Paul. Shout out to St. Paul, Santa Fe Springs, California. My kids went there, graduated there, went to college, all that.
Okay. Now, you mentioned earlier that you're good in the neighborhood. Your standing is good, but your brother's isn't. Is his standing bad because of the recent January interviews he's been given, or did it start before that?
I mean, my brother do outlandish shit. It's just not. It didn't start from just the internet shit. So his reputation's been, in the hood a little shaky because of the shit that he be saying and doing. But like I said, he's his own man. He got to deal with that when it comes down to it. When it comes to it. So I just let him do him. Everybody knows we 2 different people. Period.
Now, even though he has a little bit of music on his platform, he's got the Draco song, he's got the Nipsey song. He has claimed all kind of music success with people that I know for a fact he doesn't even know. Mm-hmm. He don't know Nas. But the Luce Cannon that I know has worked with Nas for probably a decade. Mm-hmm. He doesn't know none of these other people that he's claimed to produce, that he's worked with. Have you heard some of his claims of his music success?
I could only go by what I did for him. He have songs with Game. He got songs with J Rock. He got songs with Nip, YG. Songs that I produce. I can't speak on anything that he's produced. Shit that I heard, little clips. People send me little clips. He would have been too young to work with these folks when they was doing their music and they did hits and all that stuff. So if people wants to believe the shit that he says, so be it. All I could do is just say what I did with him.
Now, he claimed he did a hit for 50 Cent when he was 14. Now, if he was born in 82, that means 1996, he was 14. 50 Cent didn't come out until 99, 3 years after. So when he says stuff like this, I don't know if everyone is doing the math, but there's probably some people believing him, other people not believing him.
I mean, well,
because I watched the interview.
To my knowledge, he's 31. So how long? I mean, how old are you when you're 31? Right now, you're 31, and how old would you been in what 99? Period.
You mean what year would he have been born in?
Yeah, no, I know he would have been what?
He would have been born in the 90s.
92.
Yeah.
So he would have been basically what 7, 8 years old when he produced that song. What? Come on, makes no sense.
Okay. But he said he's produced dozens of songs for dozens of artists that there's no evidence. Oh, and I think Charisse Mills has given him the idea. Oh, just say you ghost produced, because that was the last time. What interview was that? He was on Cam Capone News. And Cam Capone, I don't know why you interviewed this people. I think they paid on that one. They must have paid him to do the interview. They said, they're doing ghost producing, because he asked them, so which hits? Oh, I can't say. And then Charisse Mills says, they're ghosts. He's a ghost producer. Have you ever heard of anything like that?
It makes no sense. Why would you want to get your points, your credit on anything? It don't even matter if you came back 10 years later. Like, come on now, it makes no sense.
Well, I guess the logic, the reasoning is, if you're getting paid a significant amount of money, they can pay you out. Say, here, we'll give you, whatever for this beat, and you get no credit. If they give you a certain amount of money, you might take that. I know it happens in writing.
Yeah, writing.
I don't know about your brother producing all these hits.
He produced a lot of hits, I heard.
Now, let me ask you, how does your brother feel about you coming forward now, saying that basically he's a liar?
It's not. See, I got relationships in the TV industry, with my reality TV. I can't be having him defame people characters that I work with, And I can't, he put my family in situations where they answering questions, that doesn't make sense, about, this Nipsey. And Nipsey, we was cool with Nip, but don't sit up there and try to say this outlandish stuff and then put my uncle in it. That makes no sense at all. That you're just opening up a wound for no reason. You're coming up with this to try to get this is your last hurrah. So you willing to say anything to make it happen.
Now, do you think he's saying all of this because he's trying to promote his reality show?
Of course.
But if you've noticed, he's aligned himself with Wack, who doesn't have a good relationship with Big U. So how much influence is Wack having over your brother Termaine?
I know Wack, they talk to each other on a daily basis, and Wack talks to a couple of people from the hood on a daily basis. So I just everybody has their own mind too. So at the end of the day, a person can't convince you to do something unless you really want to do it. And that's how I look at it. So I can't just blame something on Wack because of what my brother's doing and saying, oh, Wack is, doing it. Like you have to want to do it, this shit ain't true. 100%. You're just making this shit up out of your head. So at the end of the day, Wack is just gonna feed into it. That's just what he do. He's an instigator. I mean, he's just doing what he doing. He don't like Big U. So at the end of the day, he's using people from my neighborhood to go after Big U. I don't know what he doing. I don't know if he paying him or whatever he's doing, but they doing it.
Yeah. What is the purpose to take whatever grievance you have with another man to the internet? What is the purpose of that?
They I believe that a lot of people take stuff to the internet just in case anything happens to them. It'd be like some like type of little protection. Oh, something happened to him, so he must have sicked him on them. Like, I think we didn't grow up like that. I believe that that's fake to me. I think that you're doing it because y'all really scared of the situation. Y'all said this shit, but you take it to the internet so you can hide behind all the people that's watching it. So now it'd be a real conspiracy theory if something happened to them. So that's the reason why I believe that they're taking it to the internet. It's to hide behind shit, because if you felt that way about somebody and all that, pull up to the hood. You know where everybody be at. Pull up to the hood and handle your situation. Get out and say that. But don't sit up there and speak about shit and don't go to the hood. Don't pull up to the hood. If you ain't pulling up to the hood, then keep your mouth closed. Because at the end of the day, that's buster shit. We didn't grow up like that. We grew up fighting. We grew up whatever the shit. You feel like he did something, then pull up and say something. Produce some paperwork. All that shit talking about paperwork and all that shit and nobody produced anything, that's just buster lying shit. Period.
Now, they tried to produce some paperwork last week that,
oh my God,
that Big U wrote a cease and desist letter to the reality show company and to your brother Termaine, and Big U immediately debunked it. He said, I have nothing to do with that letter, but they're, running around the internet producing all of this stuff, and it's really looking goofy.
The reason why they did that is so when people tune into their reality TV show, they can sit there and say, oh, the reason why we couldn't show this is because he sent this and we don't want to get sued, or the network don't want to get sued. All that is made up. That's fabricated. That makes no sense at all. If you have that, it wouldn't matter if he sent a cease and desist letter. Anyway, the feds is going to want that. I need that phone. I need that video. It doesn't matter about anything. Big U could say whatever he want. The feds want that. Straight up.
So I think that's confirmation that your brother has no video of FaceTiming Big U before Nip got killed. He's got no...
Big U didn't even have an iPhone back then.
That's what I was trying to tell people, because I've been texting back and forth with Big U for years.
It's always been green.
It's always green.
Always been green.
That means he's got a Android.
He never even had a fucking iPhone. It makes no sense. But you can sit there and just say whatever you want on the internet, and if people believe it, they believe it.
Well, I told someone the other day exactly what we just said, that it's always on green. He don't have an iPhone, and then this guy he tried to say that he probably got another phone. He got he's got more than one phone, Alex.
Okay.
I'm like, all I know is
it don't matter. But back then he didn't have one. It don't matter what he got now. I don't care. All his shit is always green.
Always green.
Always green.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, that shit makes no sense.
And he probably, your brother would have had the same number that I got.
Of course.
So it's pretty fair to say there is no video, there is no FaceTime, there is no calls right before Nipsey got shot. What do you say to all of those questions?
The feds will want all that information. Period. If that was true and they felt like that could be true, the feds, fuck anybody else having the information. You've been having this information for years. And you never put this out. You could have been famous. You could have broke the internet years ago, putting this out.
Yeah.
This is all fake. At the end of the day, this is all fake. Like, it makes no sense for people to believe this shit and expect that the feds wouldn't jump in.
Well, I understand why people will believe it, because there are bloggers that feed into the conspiracy theory, as you said earlier. Mm-hmm. There are bloggers who believe that this was a organized hit on Nipsey. Mm-hmm. There are bloggers who believe that other people were involved, that the police never linked to this murder. Mm-hmm. So when your brother puts something out there like that, it feeds into those people. Then they get to running on the internet doing their videos and their blogs, and before you know it, he's generating this whole narrative all over again.
Yeah, I mean, them keeping a Big U name in they blogs and all stuff is keeping him relevant. So if they're not, if they not speaking about you, you ain't doing nothing right. They could do all the conspiracy theories, all they want, but at the end of the day, everybody knows who did it. You know, that man was convicted of his crime. He's gonna have to do his time, and that's it. You know, everything else was, you know, they did their job. All the police, they did their job. They knew who did it. Period. It is what it is. People could believe whatever they want to believe. We could sit there and do this podcast 10, 20 times and say the same thing every single time, but they still gonna believe something somebody else said because that's what they want to believe. Just like I told you earlier, people gonna want to do and want to say what they really want to say. It don't matter who says it. They gonna want to believe it. You know, so it doesn't matter what we say. They gonna want to believe it no matter what.
Now, your brother's been saying outlandish stuff, as you said, prior to going viral in January. I have a third clip that I want to play from an interview that's probably like over a year old, and he was making some outlandish statements on this third interview. Let's cue this clip up.
Like, I was more into producing and stuff. And then when I figured out, like right before Nip died, he was like, you got a voice. You need to take over and finish what I'm doing. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude?
Nip told you that?
Yeah, so it was like 30 minutes before he died.
Well, how did he tell you? Through a text or what happened?
No, phone call. He called me.
Wow, why do you think Nip would have said something like that?
I don't know. I just figured that he knew he was going to die.
So he called you and said you need to finish off where he left off?
Yeah, he was like, nobody's like you because these niggas is jealous. They envious of you. I love what you're doing. I love you, little bro. And then 30 minutes later, he died.
All right.
Wow, how would he have known that they were going to kill him?
This clip is important. This is over a year ago. This is where he says Nip called him, but on the No Jumper, he says he called Nip 30 minutes before he died.
What baffles me is he said, Nip said, I love you, little bro. He's older than Nip.
Correct, by 3 years.
So and Nip already knows this. Like, it makes no sense. Like I said, first of all, rappers. You know, I've been around, rappers, celebrities, all that. They have the biggest egos. Ain't nobody trying to give up their position for nobody. They're not gonna sit up there and say you the next one. No, I'm the one, and then you can have next one. I'm done. Period. Ain't nobody with the type of ego that they have is gonna sit there and say you the next one. Everybody's jealous of you and all that stuff. No, that's the way they feel about themselves. Everybody's jealous of me, and I'm here. Like, that makes no sense. And for somebody to sit there and call somebody and sit there and say that before 30 minutes. I know my brother. They never asked him any questions about what was your conversation like before Nip died. 30 minutes, because they would have called him. They have his phone records. They know who called and who he didn't call. It makes no sense.
Exactly. And as we know, he was in Corona with Gigi.
Yeah.
And he gets the call about Nip from you.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I wanted to ask you about, I talked to your brother about a week ago, and there's an audio recording of a We Tip call where one of y'all is calling the police on the other one. He told me it was you called on him, but I'm certain that you have a different story on this audio. Have you heard the audio, and what is that all about?
I haven't heard the audio. I heard about the audio, and everybody knows. Everybody that he says outlandish, dumb shit, and they was telling me what was on the audio. It sounded like he was snitching, talking to the police. So that shit doesn't make sense to me. I like I said, I don't even be listening to his interviews. I don't have a relationship to where I like after I stopped doing his music industry. I mean his music stuff. Like me and him didn't see eye to eye because he wouldn't listen to the shit I was telling him to help him, get on in the music industry. So we haven't seen eye to eye for a while.
So whose voice is it on that audio?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't hear the audio. I just heard about it.
Because you guys sound the same.
Yeah.
So it's impossible. I mean, I don't think it's impossible. I think if someone grew up with you guys, or even probably Gigi or Nikki, they could probably tell whose voice it is out of you two. But who do you who do you think it is?
It's him, obviously. Shit, it ain't me. I mean, the thing is with him, he does outlandish things. Everybody can see on all these interviews.
So he's called the police on you before?
No, I don't. Have he?
That's what it sounded like. That
I haven't paid attention to it. I never had no criminal case and guess whatever he said I've done or anything like that. I don't care. I don't like what family business. I don't like to discredit, my brother because he still be out in the streets or whatever. So I never heard of anything like that. So I'm not going to, smut his name that way. All I could do is just tell you, the honest truth about what I did here and what's going on.
So you don't want to say that he told on you, even if he did.
Even if he did, I wouldn't say it because that's family business, and I don't want to be responsible for anything that happened to my twin brother, even though he did.
I think at this point he's dug a hole that's too deep to come out of. Don't you think?
Yeah. So it's like,
so why hold back? Why hold back now? Since he's dug this hole that's so deep, I don't even think he can pay himself out this hole.
No, but I still want him to, he ain't gonna be able to go back to the hood like that. But I just want him to just, be okay.
Yeah, wherever he's at to be cool.
All right, yeah.
But you tell him you can't come back to 6-0 hood.
No, he come on now. I mean, he come back. He just got a lot of issues that's gonna happen. He better come back right.
So if he came back to the hood, he would definitely have to run some fades.
Of course.
He'd probably get packed out.
Of course.
He'd probably get packed out without mercy.
Of course.
And if the right dude is there, probably kill him.
Yeah, see, and that's the reason why I don't put situations out there like that in the streets because that's still my blood, that's still my brother. But at the end of the day, he said and he did what he did. That's what we signed up for. So at the end of the day, I let him do him. I'm not gonna add nothing onto it because I don't care. Like you said, he dug himself a hole already. He got to deal with that situation.
Okay, I can understand that because at the end of the day, he's your blood brother, and even if he's living in Vegas or wherever he's at, you don't want him getting into any issues over there.
Yeah, not from me. Whatever he did, and then catch up from him from whatever he said, all that. That's what that's what it is.
Well, I think because he created such a huge target on his back, there's other people out there that got more information than me. That's feeding other platforms and giving information to where the hole's just going to get deeper and deeper for your brother.
Of course.
Do you worry about him?
He signed up. I can't worry about. I have to worry about my kids. I got to worry about my wife. I got to worry about stuff like that. I got to worry about. I have enough stuff to worry about. Like I said, I got 9 kids. And at the end of the day, I have to make a lot of money to make sure they're provided. I'm full of work. I have multiple businesses, so I can't be worrying about stuff like that.
Okay. Now, a moment ago, you said you didn't have any criminal history, but didn't you get caught up in some sort of fake law firm case where you got arrested?
It wasn't a fake law firm at all. I heard that about that.
That's what everybody calls it. That people that I talked to, they said you was pretending to be a lawyer, in this law firm?
People can sit there and say what they want to say about that situation. It's an ongoing situation. So I'm not going to really speak about some shit, but I took a rap for something that happened with one of my employees. So people can speak about and say whatever they want to say, but it's an ongoing investigation. I don't want to indulge in that right now.
Okay. What else was I gonna get into? Since you abruptly didn't want to talk about the law firm, are you a lawyer?
Am I a lawyer?
Yeah.
Now?
Yeah.
Or
anytime. Are you an attorney, or you got a law degree, or you passed the bar?
Yes, I passed the bar.
Is that right?
Yes. But like I said, I'm dealing with a situation. Right
Okay.
now.
No, I don't want to talk about the situation.
Okay.
I was just talking about your general knowledge of the law. And
people call me. I tell you that to this day. People in the hood, I deal with a lot of stuff.
Okay. And was your brother a part of that?
No, he wasn't a part of that.
Okay. Now, you mentioned your 9 kids. I heard that Charisse Mills one time pulled up on your kids and did something dirty. Can you talk about that at all?
Like I said, that's personal. I mean, because if something was gonna happen if anything ever happened to them, they're gonna blame that on me because of interviews like this right now. So, but at the end of the day, I don't deal with them like that. So, I mean, things that happened in the past, we let the streets handle that.
Okay. So was that incident the reason why you and Charisse don't even communicate?
We don't
Now,
communicate with nothing like that.
Now, since you're coming forward and trying to be as truthful as possible, at some point they might jump on a platform and try to smear you. How do you feel about them getting on an interview channel somewhere and saying that Jermaine is a liar?
What did I lie about? I confirmed everything that you already knew.
Well, you don't want to go into the thing that Charisse Mills did, because now this is what will happen. She'll go on a platform and say, "I never did anything. Jermaine's a liar. That's why he didn't want to tell Alex whatever story he was asking him about." You know.
When it comes down to personal situations with your kids, you let the streets handle it. This street shit. And when something happens, I love my kids more than anything. Right? So we let the streets deal with that.
Okay. Now you say you got some reality shows coming out. Where can one watch your work?
It's gonna be put out, like I said, all the little streaming platforms, Tubi, YouTube videos. I mean, I got a whole list. I'm drawing a blank right now, but shout out to, it's gonna be another platform. Shout out to Royal K Network. It's gonna be on that platform. It's gonna be on like 10 different platforms. I don't stop my money. I'm just not giving it to Zeus. I get paid off of revenue shares, streams. So I want to get paid off of commercials. So mine is everywhere.
Okay. Now, I didn't get to ask you about, your brother said he's been shot 10 times, 3 times by you because you wouldn't give him $20,000. Can you elaborate on the validity of that story?
My brother never been shot to my knowledge, period. So where is all these hospital records at? I seen that too. So one of my homeboys sent me that clip, and that's the reason why I really came on these podcasts to clear my name, because I'm in TV. I deal with a lot of people. I can't have everybody look at me crazy.
Yeah, that could affect you because
exactly
you're working on reality shows. Your brother's saying you shot him, even though we out here probably know it's untrue. The people you're dealing with are listening to this.
Yes, so that's the reason why I came to clear my name too. I mean, as far as the conspiracy theories and all the other bullshit that can have my family into some shit for no reason. I I wanted to clip her name because I seen that clip and I'm like, bro, come on now.
But you see how that
Everybody in my hood knows I don't do drugs. You know, I just started really drinking probably when I was like 38 years old, like drinking liquor for the first time. Come on, it's outlets. Tell him to show one bullet wound. Like when he does a podcast, that's what they need to do. You've been shot 3 times or 10 times. Show us some bullet wounds. You know, show us something. Show us hospital records of you being shot. Show us when you went to jail for your brother shooting you in the back.
I'm sure he'd had photos in the hospital bed too, you know.
Of course. He should have all that.
Yeah.
Why I didn't go to jail? You just blatantly just said that I shot you in the back 3 times. The police should be pulling up on me because they've been investigating this crime for a while and now he finally gave evidence that I'm the one that did it. Like, it makes no sense. Like I said, with the conspiracy, people could believe whatever they want to believe. The feds, police, all that, they know what's true and what's not true. So all the shit that he just said is just outlandish. I seen it. He said I was hanging out on a bus stop. Who the fuck hangs out on a fucking bus stop? That makes no sense. That story sounds stupid. Oh yeah, me and a homie, we was hanging out on a bus stop. What the fuck was you hanging out on a bus stop for? He's always had nice, expensive cars. He's not gonna never hang out on a bus stop. Period. Bentleys, Escalades, Range Rovers. He's never had no life where he had to catch the bus ever. So it makes no sense. And everybody knows that. From our hood knows that that makes no sense. Now, where is the story at, or where the homie got shot at on Crenshaw Slauson in the back of the head? Because that right there would have been, you know, in newspaper clips or somewhere. That makes no sense.
Well, you know, some people are believing it, but you felt, just like you felt the need to clear your name on that, the real Luce Cannon, he's going through it in New York, having to clear his name. And then, of course, Big U's got to clear his name, even though we know it's all untrue. In their lives and in their universe, what your brother's saying is impacting their lives. And then also I heard that one of your nephews is embarrassed. He wants to change his name. Whoever's the junior, he doesn't even want that name anymore. So now he's impacting children. And it's got to be stopped at some point.
I mean, yeah, that's the reason why I'm telling everybody. You know, I'm genuine with it. I'm not gonna run from no questions. I'm gonna tell you how it is. I mean, I'm gonna clear it up. If it doesn't make sense to you after I speak about it, this is my twin brother. After I speak about it, and it don't make sense to you, then it's just not gonna never make sense to you. Period. You're gonna believe what you want to believe.
All right. Where can people find you, and where can people tap in with you if they want to talk to you?
Tap in with me. My IG is We Are the Main Event. You know, hit me up if you guys want to do a reality TV shows. You're an up and coming rapper. You got something going out. You're a gorgeous woman.
They got to be gorgeous?
Man, I don't put nothing on my show. You go to my Instagram, man. Nothing on my shows. If you don't look a certain way, you ain't getting it. Like these other reality shows, and they just put it on different women. Nah, I don't even have the girls that I do reality TV with. They don't even be fighting like that. Like, no, we ain't about to. Y'all not about to be walking around the house and with black eyes and all that stuff. Y'all can argue. Y'all can get your point across. But I'm gonna teach y'all how you conduct yourself. Y'all gonna conduct yourself. If y'all can't get a resolution, then just walk away and then come back. And by the end of the night, they chilling, they drinking, they having fun without being physical. But we turn up on the shows. My shows be turned up like everybody, but they turn up to where it shows women. You know, they get into it, but we ain't doing all that fighting. You know, for what? We don't need to, as black people, we don't need to be doing all that, showing that the world that we just out here fighting, being raggedy and all that stuff. and that's not how I want to do. I want my reality TV shows is gonna be different. Like the rappers, we all in the house, we chilling. They knocking down all the girls. They doing all that stuff. They not arguing at all. Period.
How did you break into this genre of TV?
I just wanted to do something, different. I want to show the world different about our people. They can hang out. We can hang out. We can party. They can drink 20 bottles a day. But I talk to everybody. If there's a problem in the house, I let them do their little arguing, and then we sit down and we talk. We all talk amongst like a family, and when we talk, we have a breakthrough, and that's just how everybody has to be. Even in the corporate world, when we go in the corporate world, we can't just be yelling at people and all that stuff like that and ready to fight all that stuff. So I'm teaching them, like the girls I got, they're young, they're beautiful, talented, and they and then all my rappers, they are talented. They all went viral. They all got millions of streaming views and all that stuff. So that's the most important thing to me, is showing how my people really is, and all that fighting and all that stuff. No, we ain't doing all that. Okay. I got 2 fights out of like 12 episodes, and it was like nothing.
All right, if I want to watch all 12 of these episodes, or if the people that are watching want to tap in with these 12 episodes, how can they do that?
Go to all the streaming platforms. I had they're on all the streaming platforms. Like I said, like Tubi, Hulu, all of them. Like YouTube videos, Xemo. They on everything. We're in the middle of editing everything, but when I put them out on Instagram, like little clips and all that stuff, they get hundreds of thousands of views and stuff like that. They get a lot of likes. All that. My stuff is doing well.
Give us the title of the most recent one we can go out there and watch.
Hip Hop All Stars Los Angeles. Then for the women, it's Baddies of the Wild Wild West.
All right, and give everyone your social media handles.
My social media handle is We Are the Main Event.
All right.
Instagram.
All right. Jermaine was in the house. I want to thank you for coming through for another episode of Streets and Scholars. I want to let everybody know that they can tap in with me at Alex Alonso 101 on all social media platforms. And thanks for tapping in with another fire episode of Streets and Scholars.